Hey, 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 Bree Wilson. I'm back. Episode cuatro, four, for those of you who don't speak Spanish. Numero cuatro. And there's all my text messages. So I'm going to go ahead and silence my phone because clearly, very prepared for this podcast. Well, in the spirit of being myself, I'm going to start over. Maybe I'll even just keep this. Okay. What am I talking about, guys? Seriously, I got to get my shit together here. I am talking about a very important thing today, and it is called being yourself. Now, as I mentioned, the majority of this podcast, once I get it off the ground here, is going to be me talking to people and interviewing them and providing a space for people to tell their stories about how they have overcome adversity in any area of their life. Until those guests are booked and ready to go and recorded and ready to push play, I'm going to tell you some stories about myself that all involve overcoming adversity in one area of my life. So, this will be a quick one, but I feel like going into the weekend, I just kind of get a little reflective about who I am, what I've done that week, how I've been, what I've done well, what I've not done well. And I think I've done something really well this week that I used to have a really hard time with. So, something that used to be sort of a real source of adversity for me has now literally become an adventure. See what I did there? Adventures in adversity, baby. That's what it's all about. So, my friends that know me well, they probably know this, but if they recently met me, they might not know that I didn't always used to be this sort of carefree in how I presented myself. I feel like for years I would, with good intentions, try to make sure that everyone in the room liked me. I would kind of turn down my sense of humor if I thought the people in the room would think it was too much, or I'd turn it up if it was like a louder crowd, or I'd be a little quieter if it was quieter. And what I realized is A, that was kind of bullshit because it wasn't really me, even though I thought it was. And B, it was exhausting. Like, exhausting. Like, who can keep that up? Just, I don't know if I was doing it subconsciously or I would catch myself like just trying to be what people wanted me to be. And when I wanted to like crack a joke, if it was like too much, I'd hold back a little bit depending on the crowd. Or I mean, I know you're supposed to do that, but I'm just being honest that I really cared so much about what people thought, which prevented me from doing a lot of things like starting this podcast. It's like, oh, what if I suck? What if, I'm annoying and people don't like my voice and only my friends like it? Well, who gives a shit? Because no matter what you do, you're going to be too loud or too quiet or too funny or too not funny or too boring or too exciting or too happy or too emotional or too unemotional for people. So why don't you just be yourself? That's what I've learned. I think going through hard times and like being stripped of my confidence and identity and just not knowing who I was anymore, like a year ago, I just went through a crisis. And it really, when I came out of it, I learned a lot about who I am, who I don't want to be, who I know that I am underneath, who I wasn't being. It was just, I don't know. I feel like adversity brings the real you out. And even just being yourself can feel like a source of adversity if you don't have that confidence or you're worried about what other people think. And it used to paralyze me. And I know I'm not the only one. And there are times where, I still do worry about what people think, but it doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do anymore. And that is the victory, man. So if you're listening and you feel like you change yourself when you walk into a room to be more of this or less of that because you want people to like you, yeah, just stop. Because it's really awesome to stop. And just then the people who really like the quirks of you and the imperfections you have and your vulnerabilities and your mess ups and your all the shit that you just makes you, the people that love you will love that. And you'll get over the sting of other people not liking you. Who gives a shit, right? So that's my little adventure in adversity I wanted to share with you about being myself. I also wanted to, as I'm recording this, thank my friends again for just being so supportive and like providing space, and my family for providing space for me to be myself and discover myself, especially in this last year. And as I look at this microphone that my friend bought for me, Ashita, and then last night, my friends Eddie and Danielle bought me this microphone shield because they all know about recording, and Eddie records music. And it's like the universe and my friends are delivering me all these tools, a microphone shield, all of which are like symbolic of these are the things that are going to help you be yourself. And hopefully me being myself on this podcast, and some people will like it, some people won't. And that's totally cool. I like some podcasts. I don't like others. I have to be okay with that. And these are tools that the universe has sent me through my friends to remind me to be myself. So I want to kind of close this out with just a few quotes about being yourself that I found on Goodreads.com. I will tag this page in the show notes, as always, to thank my sources of inspiration. All right. One is from Coco Chanel. A girl should be two things: who and what she wants. Love that one. Don't compromise yourself. You're all you have. That was John Grisham in The Rainmaker. All right, what other one do we have here? When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. That's from Lao Tzu. I probably mispronounced that. A couple more here. About all you can do in life is be who you are. Some people will love you for you. Most will love you for what you can do for them, and some won't like you at all. Well, that's just wonderful, but true. So be okay with people not liking you, because especially with this podcast, I'm going to get some reviews. They're going to be like, negative, negative, no. And I'm going to be like, it's cool. I'll keep trying. This one, Jim Morrison said, a friend is someone who gives you total freedom to be yourself, and especially to feel or not feel. Whatever you happen to be feeling at any moment is fine with them. That's what real love amounts to, letting a person be what he or she really is. Very cool. And let's do this one, this last one. This is that's kind of a long one. Taylor Swift. T Swift in the house. Love you. Love her. Amazing concert. Just be yourself. There is no one better. Love that. And we're going to tie this up from Roy T. Bennett from The Light in the Heart. You are unique. You have different talents and abilities. You don't have to always follow in the footsteps of others. And most important, you should always remind yourself that you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. And you have a responsibility to develop the talents that you have been given. So with that, I hope you have a very happy Friday. I hope you be yourself today. I hope I continue to be myself, even when that negative voice tries to remind me to people please or tone myself down. Screw it. Be you, and the rest will just kind of fall into place. All right, people. Closing out my sign off here, going into the weekend. Let's see what I come up with from this little brain. The next time adventure, back up. The next time, the next time adversity comes your way, you know what you can do? Just be yourself, man. Be yourself. Take one step at a time. Love you all. Thanks for the love. For my 17 Spotify followers, I see you. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Peace.